Are we live? Let me see if we're live. I don't know. I believe we're live. I hope we're live. Yes, we're live. All right. Still messing with the Streamlabs, trying to get it right. There we go. All right, good people, what's going on? What is happening? What is happening? Um, you know what? Let's get a proper intro, and then we'll get into the show.
Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns to liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's up, good people? Welcome to the frozen Northeast. What is going on? Let me see. Got my alert box up. Devin Derulo. Take a look at Devin Derulo. I mean, at this point, it makes me no difference. At this point, it makes me no difference who we get. The big names, because think about it like this: the big names. How often do the big names work out? Brian Daboll was the big name when he got the Giants job, and how did that work out? All of these coaches that got fired, they were big names at one point. How did that work out? And then you got some guys that were not heralded at all and made the most of their opportunities. And now they're looking for head coaching jobs. So how did that work out? There's somebody out there that's probably going to get a head coaching job that 3-4 years ago was barely a consideration. And the people that, again, are supposed to be the smartest people in the room are not. So it doesn't matter. So I don't care who it is. I keep hearing these people. I don't like this person. I don't like Kubiak. I don't like, whoever it is for whatever reason. Cliff Kingsbury. Just throw out any name, and there's somebody that's not going to be happy with who that option might be. And at this point, and if you think about it, at any point, what difference does it make? What difference does it make if we don't get a big name OC? I want an OC that's going to be able to do the job. I don't care if he's big name or not. I was one of them ones I was a little bit suspect on guys that were young. I don't really want anybody that's the same age as my quarterback. I want somebody that's older, a grizzled veteran, all of that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. What's up, Miss Aveline? I want somebody that's got a little bit of experience. But when I think about it, look at all of them coaches or retreads, as they say, um, who haven't gotten it done. I mean, prime example, man. Look at Sam Darnold. Do you remember the Do you remember the narratives that were going around when Sam Darnold went to Seattle? When they chose J.J. McCarthy over Sam Darnold. Hell, when Sam Darnold was in Tennessee, didn't want to coach up the new kid, and I think that was Sam Darnold. All of that type of stuff, all of the negative stuff that he has, and he's been arguably the best quarterback in the league. I was so glad they beat the Rams. I was so glad they beat the Rams because they wanted Matt Stafford to get to the Super Bowl so bad. And I'm like, see, You didn't give two shits about Sam Darnold. You didn't. Everybody was waiting for Sam Darnold to Sam Darnold them. I got a couple of good friends that I used to work with at Apple who are big time Viking fans. Shout out to my man KSAP. He's a big Vikings fan. So when you talk about Sam Darnold, he doesn't he doesn't elicit much love from the fan base. But he was decent enough, but could never do the stuff that he needed to do in the playoffs. And now it's like now Sam Darnold goes to the Super Bowl. And I say this all the time. You got to be at the right team with the right people at the right moment. And he's in the right place at the right time. It just worked. That's the recipe. And everybody can't get that recipe. Of course, you look at Matt Stafford, as good as he was, with McVay out there, he's the wonder kid and all of that type of stuff. Mr. McVay is a phenomenal coach. But guess what? Made McVay made the same damn mistakes Dan Campbell made. Take the points. It's funny how all of these people are making the same mistakes because they are just gung ho on proving everybody that their analytics work, and analytics say that if you go for it, on 4th and 5, with less than 2 minutes left in the second quarter on a Thursday when it just got finished raining, the stats work in my favor. That's what it seems like they're doing with these analytics, man. They're going to the nth degree, and you don't have to. For as long as we've been living, take the points because it works in your favor at the back half. And all of those analytics and all of those stats and all of that other kind of stuff that everybody's crunching numbers and all of that type of stuff, at the end of the day, it's only good. It only works if you make it. It only works if you get the first down. It's only worth it if you scored a touchdown. It only works if every eventuality is satisfied where you get points. Ultimately, 7 points. But if you don't get the first down, if for whatever reason your receiver that catches 98% of the deep outs when you run a certain play, now all of a sudden he drops it. The analytics only work if AJ Brown doesn't drop that ball that hits him in the hands going across the middle. That would have been a guaranteed first down, and maybe he could have turned it into a splash play. It only works if everything aligns. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The analytics wasn't worth it. And we didn't see how many times where we should have took the points, or in our situation, you kick and you miss the field goal. Should have took the points. Should have took the points. And half the people is sitting at home pulling their hair out. How much, because he didn't want to take the points, how much money did people lose on like the fan duels and all of the betting houses and all of that type of stuff? How much money did people lose because of that? How much money how much money almost did people lose because that dude from Seattle got that stupid taunting penalty, which was nonsense? If that game would have went different because of that play, they would have been screaming fix. You already know. They get too far ahead with these penalties and all of the stuff that they do with that. It's a shame. It is. It's really a shame. It's almost like it's not football anymore. I'm starting to sound like the old head. Get off my lawn. This isn't my football. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. There's a lot of old heads. There's a lot of OGs that think the same way. It's like our brand of football is over. My position is extinct. Where you could be a running back or you could be a fullback. Now it's just a fullback is a hybrid tight end. That's it. So it's just different, but we're gonna see what the Eagles are gonna do. At this point, I still trust Howie. That ain't gonna never change, and we gonna get who we get. Because you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna get whoever they're gonna hire. Half of Philadelphia will be fine with it. The other half of Philadelphia think that it's gonna suck, just like they thought Nick Sirianni was gonna suck. But we got a Super Bowl out of the deal, so shut up. You're not gonna please everybody. WIP is gonna be pissed. 97.5 is going to be okay with it. It's going to be split down the middle. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they pick. Somebody going to have a problem with it. And at the end of the day, you're not going to know whether the decision was correct or not. Like I said before, until we get to week 6 next season. And it might take longer than that. Are they going to give somebody 2 years? Because you got to ask the question. I am no way endorsing Kevin Patullo. I think Kevin Patullo had to go. However, it is fair to say, do you think Kevin Patullo would have done a better job if he would have got his second year? Do you think Jalen would have been better if he'd had the same voice in his ear for a second consecutive year? That's a possibility that I would like to explore eventually. But everything that happened with Kevin Patullo just looked so bad. And it's like, what are they thinking over there? Was he a scapegoat? I don't know. But I know we had a pretty damn good offense that couldn't do shit. And I'm saying that from as far as the personnel. We did become predictable. We didn't make that up. Defenses knew what we were running. We didn't make that up. We're not paranoid. At the end of the day, the country does not like how Philadelphia fandom manifests. That's the problem. You know how I know this? You ain't heard a damn thing about the freaking tush push. And everybody and their mama is running it. And some of them same punks that wanted to get it banned is now running it 4 or 5 times in the game. Yeah, man, y'all full of shit. Talked all of that trash about getting rid of the play. It's not a football play. You can't officiate it right. Where was all of those gripes and complaints now that everybody else is running it? Where are them complaints? It's still people jumping off sides and moving too early and going in with their head down and possibly getting injured. All of them same concerns and complaints still exist. And ain't nobody said jack. It's only when it manifests in Philadelphia. Then everybody got a problem with it. Get out of here with that. Hypocrites. Bunch of hypocrites. You wanted so bad to get rid of it. Jason Kelsey had to go to a damn meeting to plead his case on why the play should stay. Now everybody want to use it now? Get out of here. Freaking hypocrites. It's only us. It's only Philly. It's only Philly. It's only worried about it when it's Philly. Drake May had a horrible game, but they won. And we had another quarterback to win like that. And he constantly gets crucified for it. Bo Nix is in that game. Denver wins that game. Period. Drake May was horrible. And I'm expecting Sam Darnold to just go off on him. Because if Seattle's defense has their way with Drake May like they did with everybody else, he gonna have problems. Sam Darnold looked like a seasoned vet back there picking them apart. Meanwhile, Drake May had 83 yards or whatever it was. 83 yards. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that would have been Jalen Hurts? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the rhetoric we would have heard? Can you imagine even here in Philadelphia, all of the crap they would have talked about how bad he was, he can't get it done, and all that kind of stuff. And here's the thing that people forget. And of course, I'm speculating. What does Hugh Douglas say? Recklessly speculating. Shout out to Hugh Douglas, man. Um, the one thing people forget, whether you like Jalen Hurts or not, whether you think he was the problem, whether you looking to get somebody different, whatever it is, if Jalen's holding the offense back, and I don't believe that shit, but people that don't like Jalen Hurts, that's what they want to say. Here's the thing though, and to me, and in my opinion, this all goes back to the argument we had about style points. That's to me, that's where it goes. That's where it all goes back to. Style points. You want it to look a certain way. You want it to smell a certain way. You want it to talk a certain way. And if it doesn't, you don't accept it. You don't accept it. Y'all been talking trash about how good Drake May was all year. The same way with Josh Allen. All year. But ain't nobody got nothing to say when they win the same way Jalen was winning. Ain't nobody got nothing to say about that. They win in the exact same way. Drake May had 83 yards and they won the game. And guess what? Next week, when they going down Radio Row or whatever for the Super Bowl, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about them 83 yards. The only thing they're gonna be talking about is that he won and the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. That's the only thing they're gonna talk about. But everybody still wants style points. His arm's not good enough. He can't make the reads and throw on time and on target. He can't throw somebody open. All of those negatives still exist and they still wrong because in spite of everything that you've said that he can't do, he's done the thing that everybody else is trying to do and can't. He's done it. He's been there twice. And in both cases, he was the best quarterback on the field. And in both cases, he was playing against the best of the best. He was playing against our modern day GOAT in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. That is unquestioned. Tom Brady walked away. Patrick Mahomes picked up that mantle. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. And the biggest indictment on the Philadelphia Eagles is if you look at the way the games have gone, we missed a golden opportunity to repeat. We missed it. We gave it up because we couldn't figure out how to change up our offense a little bit, do something different. We couldn't figure out how to do it. We couldn't figure out how to make it work. We couldn't get our offensive linemen to stay healthy. We couldn't run block worth of shit. And it finally caught up to us. And now when you looking at all of these other games, you just shaking your heads like, damn, sure could have been us. But it's not. Woulda, coulda, shoulda don't do nothing but rhyme. That's the way it goes. Hey, it don't matter if this Patriots schedule easy. It is what it is. How many people had easy schedules and still didn't make it? You still got to win the games that you play. That ain't on that ain't the Patriots' fault. That ain't the Patriots' fault. And then what's the Milt Williams? Milt Williams got paid and he got another opportunity to play in the Super Bowl. Man, listen, you talking about living large? That dude is living large. He got the bag and has got a prime opportunity to get another chip back to back. He living good in the neighborhood. But we gonna find out this week because they're gonna start all this Radio Row stuff. Is this? Let me ask you this: do y'all think it's gonna be a boring game with Drake May with his 83 yards? I don't know. I don't know. keep seeing that fan for life. So you must be a Cowboys fan. But I keep seeing that, and I keep hearing it on the radio where people saying that Jalen Hurts is holding the offense back, and I'm like, how's he holding the offense back? That's that's the thing that people forget. People forget what Jalen Hurts did in 2022. People forget what Jalen Hurts did in 2023. Jalen Hurts was not bad in 2023, but they did throw the ball a lot more, and he had a lot more interceptions. But we still made the playoffs. And how can you hold the offense back? And this has been the same offense since we went to the Super Bowl. So how is he holding the offense back? I don't agree with that at all. Because what I want to believe is that our quarterback is good enough to do what he needs to do. He can throw across the middle. How come we not running across the middle? We've done it before with success. See, that's the thing. Everybody want to say that Jalen can't do it. He's holding the offense back. That's the narrative that people are running with. He is holding the offense back. And I'm always asking the question, how do you come to that conclusion when he's done it before? If he's done it before, he can do it again. And if he can do it again, is it him or is it the play caller? It's a little bit of both, but who's going to take the lion's share of the blame? That's what it all comes down to. That's what it all comes down to. Who's going to take the lion's share of the blame? Is it the quarterback? Is it the coordinator? Which one is it? Because I remember when couldn't nobody stop a AJ Brown quick slant. Couldn't nobody stop it, and they knew it was coming. They still couldn't stop it. What happened to that? But the minute we go throwing 25, 30, 35 times a game, shit gets weird. And I still want to bring up the point that we had a down year. Jalen Hurts did not throw the ball well this year. Offensive line couldn't run block worth of shit. And we still had 1,000-yard rusher. And we still had 2,000-yard receivers. And we had a down year. We kept losing the chess match. And I will continue to say that because if you watch the tapes of the game, how many times did the defense know what we were running? How many times did they sniff it out? That you got to put that on the coordinator and the head coach. You got to. But now, and here's how I look at it, is that Eagles fans got exactly what they want. Patullo's gone because you didn't like him. And I agreed. It wasn't all on Patullo, but he should have been gone. It seemed like the optics were he was in a little over his head. Right? So he's gone. So now they got to get a new offensive coordinator in there. Now Sirianni's on the hot seat because now we're going to find out, is it the offense or was it the quarterback? Now, if we go through next year and we still averaging 150 yards passing a game, then you have the right to look at Jalen Hurts and be like, "Hey, man, you gotta put some more oomph into this." But we gotta wait and see. Anybody that comes in, they're gonna look at the tapes from last year and they're gonna figure out what not to do. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna figure out what not to do. That shouldn't be difficult to do. If we sitting at home asking them questions, why ain't they running this play? Why ain't they? How come they ain't layered the routes like this? How come they? Seth Joyner is not talking into a vacuum. Jason Avant is not talking into a vacuum. The people that Greg Cosell is not talking into a vacuum. Brian Baldinger is not. Barrett Brooks is not. We going by what we see. All you got to do is watch the tape. AJ Brown had a bad couple of games, but he was right. What's up, Green Wing Man? With the super chat, I appreciate you. So, do I feel that Nick? Do I feel that some of these OC candidates don't take Nick seriously as a head coach? No, I do not feel that way. But let me bend that a little bit. What I think is you might have some people that don't necessarily like Nick Sirianni and his personality and or his ways. That's more of a fair statement. Because what is taking somebody seriously got to do with winning the Super Bowl? Did they take Barry Switzer seriously? And there's people still that try to discount the fact that he won the Super Bowl with that team in Dallas. And I'm like, hold on. I don't give a damn if you like Barry Switzer or not. I don't care if you think he's crazy or if you think the team was already good enough. He was the coach of the team, and they didn't get it, or they he got it done. As when you can compare and contrast somebody like Jim Kelly with the Buffalo Bills that went 4 years in a row and never got it done. 4 years in a row. That's a feat in itself. And they could never win it. Always had the best team. Always had the best quarterback. Always had the best kicker. Always had the best running back. And their defense was pretty bomb too. They could never win the big one. So what's the excuse now? Big time players make big time games. What's up, 24 Birds? Appreciate that. Big time players make big time plays in big time games. That's the way it's supposed to go. Watched out got praised all these years for OL dominance, but none of the blame for OL problems, and he the run game coordinator. That's a great question. This is as far as I can remember since Stoutland's been here. This is the first time where the offensive line was like really bad. And let's keep it a buck. Most of it's from injury. I think that to me is the more determining factor than anything else. We know Cam Jurgens was injured. We know Landon Dickerson was injured. We know what happened to Lane Johnson. Mailata was average at best. He had good days and bad days, but they evened out. So I think it was more injuries than anything else. Because I still think Jeff Stoutland is the best in the business. But having said that, that is a legitimate question. If we can bring the hammer down on Kevin Patullo. Kevin Patullo don't run block. He's not responsible for that. That's Jeff's world. And Jeff is the best in the business. So if he ain't getting it done, who else you supposed to look to? Kevin Patullo ain't running the offensive line at practice. Jeff Stoutland is. You gotta pick your battles, man. You gotta pick your battle. You can't be mad at everybody. You can't be mad at everybody. Just the way that it goes. How many of y'all thought that the Rams was going to win that game? Couldn't get it done. Matt Stafford couldn't get it done. Here we are. Here we are. So they're gonna make this announcement whenever it is. Yes, it does look damning the longer it takes. But as long as it just looks that way, it's not actually that way. That's what people gotta understand. It might look one way, but the reality is something else. I'm gonna stick with reality. I don't give a damn what it looks like. Here we are, y'all. And we're gonna revisit these conversations next season because we're gonna look at all of these OCs, all of these hires that came down the pipe before we got our guy, whoever it is, whoever it turns out to be. We had all of these hires and we had all of this rhetoric and narrative going out about who we should get and how we let them leave and don't let them leave without a contract. And it's like, listen, Howie has nothing to do with whether they stay or go. It's on that individual, and you don't know what somebody got going on in their head. I don't want to come here because I don't want to be responsible for my family being in the house and we get egged after a loss. That's real. You can thank them idiots in Philadelphia for that. And I'll say it again. I hope they found them kids and beat the brakes off of them. Egging somebody's fucking house. I don't give a damn if you like them or not. We got a prime opportunity for whoever they hire to come in and make this offense hum. And they're going to have to change some stuff up, rip up the existing playbook. And whether somebody's going to come in there and have their own version of Sirianni's offense, or they're going to combine two playbooks into one. That's possible. That's possible. So we're going to get what we're going to get. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. But we got to be prepared that it's not going to be who we think it is. But to me, and let me say it again, let me preface it by saying, for me, I don't care who it is, as long as they can coach. Now, we are going to find out when the season starts. As long as they're competent calling plays, I'm good. Couple that with whatever issues Jeff Stoutland might have getting that offensive line together, they will get handled going into the new year. So you got another opportunity to wipe the slate clean and start it all over. And again, now you know what not to do. So we'll see. We don't have a new quarterback. Don't need one. Don't have a new running back. Saquon is still there. Saquon has not lost a step. Nope. Has not lost a step. Got everything we need. Just a matter of time. Here we are. So, all right. I wanted to get something on tape. I made the mistake, y'all. I gotta come clean with y'all. I made the mistake and bought that damn Arc Raiders. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. And for the same exact reasons why I told you I didn't want to buy it. Because I knew I would like it. And damn it, I done already had like 2 or 3 a.m.s with this stupid game. Looking for apricots and lemons for my damn chicken. If you know, you know. Somebody let a WIP intern in the chat. It's all good, man. Listen, I talk with anybody. It's all good. Just don't be stealing my ideas. And if you do, just give me credit. Just credit Pro Fan Talk. Former Eagles running back Marcus Thomas. Yeah, that's me. Holla at your boy. I'll take the publicity. I will take it. So, yeah, they wasn't even using Bigsby. They didn't use him right. Um, uh, I don't know. We wasted AJ Dillon. If we knew we were gonna get Tank Bigsby, but I'm thinking they didn't. Maybe they didn't know. But we're gonna figure it out. Once we get this hire, now we got to worry about any other defensive coaches walking. So, and that's the thing that I guess people are, maybe we just not used to that as a city where all of our coaches are in mass exodus because everybody's getting new jobs. Maybe we're just not used to that. We'll see. We shall see. But listen, I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to play some Arc Raiders some more. And you know what? I'm probably going to get Marathon when it comes out. So the goal is this week to have my new intro up and ready to go. Had a little delay because we had some snow. We had a snow day today. Or I should say an ice day because all of the ice we got from it was out there working super hard, man, trying to shovel that damn ice. But in any case, hopefully we'll find something out this week. If not, it's all about the Super Bowl coverage, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm out. I'm going to hit Arc Raiders. If anybody playing Arc Raiders, hit me up. My screen name is Pop-Pop. So you'll be able to find me. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Me and Tone will probably be on tomorrow night at 8. So check out the Bald Eagles podcast tomorrow night. And then Wednesday, I'm back to solo duty as usual. So y'all have a good night. Y'all stay warm in the Northeast. It's still crazy in them streets. Stay in the house. Do what you got to do. Clean up all that ice. Get the ice off the top of your car, please. That can cause a bad accident. Get the ice off the top of your car. And just be careful out there. So I'm going to bow out. I will talk to y'all later. Appreciate everybody with the super chats, with everything coming through. Looks like everything is still working. And I appreciate that. So I'm going to holler at y'all later. Maybe we'll hear some news. Maybe we won't, but we will always be ready. All right. I will talk to y'all later. As usual, go Birds.
Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro Fan Talk where we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro Fan Talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the